to the Eddystone. It's taken me approximately about 2 hours from Corsand out to the Eddystone, doing a nice, humble, steady 6 knots most of the way. So I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, I'm really pleased. And yeah, so here we go. There's the Eddystone. So should be there in the next 10 minutes or so, and then what I'll do is I'll get set up, and I'm just going to use my 12-pound class rod out here with a regular jelly lure, fluorocarbon flowing trace, wire boom and lead, and then I'm just going to drop that down to the bottom and do my retrieves and see what I've got, and then I'll spend a couple of hours out here doing that, and then I'll have to head back in. So, yeah, it's great, I love it, and I'm so happy with the Sternidae and the way she's turned out, and all the work and all the effort we've put into her, and to just be finally out using it, it's great. You know, going up to Skerries Bank on Friday, and what a night that was. You know, 7 hours it took from Plymouth up to Skerries. I got up there, it was flat calm. I spent a couple of hours doing some drift fishing, didn't catch anything, went to anchor just off B-sands, and that night it was just non-stop. It was just smooth hound after smooth hound after smooth hound. Couple of dogfish, more smooth hounds, it was amazing. And then we had a massive electrical storm as well, and there was lightning, and yeah, it was like it got proper squally. And Sternidae, she held fast on her anchor, and it was, you know, it was it was an experience. It was brilliant. And then on Saturday, come back from Skerries back down to Plymouth, and it was blowing a hoolie. But again, she just held true to her line, doing a steady 6 knots, 5 knots, 4.5 knots at times. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, we're about to get to the Eddystone, get set up, spend a couple hours fishing out here, and then I'll head back in. Okay guys, so I've got out to the Eddystone. And what I'm going to do is just use my 12-pound class rod. I'll quickly talk you through it. So it's set up like I've gone through it before, but I'll just go through it again for anybody who doesn't know. So it's just basically a 12-pound class rod. It's got a small multiplier reel on it, loaded with 2.5 PE, well, like my PE 2.5 braided line. Then I've got approximately about 9 foot of 30 pound Sakuma fluorocarbon leader. Then that comes down to one of our Odyssey Sea Fishing booms, which is attached with a bead and a swivel there. Comes off. I'll put a little 6 pound lead on, and then I've got a long flowing snood coming down, or trace, depending what you want to call it, comes down. And then this one is like 12 pound Sakuma fluorocarbon. So the idea is you come down from the PE 2.5 down to the 30 pound Sakuma fluorocarbon, down to your boom and that, and then this bit there comes down, your trace or snood comes down to 12 pounds. So basically, if your jelly gets snagged on the bottom, you only end up losing your jelly and not the whole lot. You can pull it out, but with it being 8 pound class, it's still plenty strong enough for the majority of stuff that's swimming around out here. Okay, so that's a quick spiel on my setup. So what I do is I'll just set up the 6 pound cannonball lead. The reason why I like to use a cannonball lead than anything is basically they just drop down so easily, and they're a bit more like, yeah, well, that's it really. Just got to tangle around. There we go. Yeah, so chuck the snood over it, like I say, and I'm currently drifting in a southwesterly direction over there. Eastern's behind me, and then down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28. Oh, I just got knocked. 28. That's 28 down, and then all you do, just give a couple of winds up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then go back down. I did just get knocked. Let's see. And hit bottom again, and then just gently wind back up. Yeah, there we go. Ah, look. Just got knocked. And it's about 15 points back up, and then go back down. And then where I am, I'm just basically drifting through one of the gullies around like, in front of the Eddystone, on the northern side of it. I'll keep fishing for a bit, and then as soon as I hopefully catch into something, we'll start filming again. Okay guys, got our first customer, first fish out on the Eddystone. Bring it up nice and gently. Not giving much of a scrap. Typical flipping pouting. But a fish is a fish. There we go. There we go guys. Slimy. So there we go. Lovely pouting. Caught on a red gill. Jelly lure. These are the little ones, the little tiger lures I think these ones are. So absolutely brilliant. Great mess around. Okay, I might go out to that little pig. This T-bar will be easier. So just to use the T-bar, let's oh, it's come off anyway. There you are. Good. Ready? First fish, brilliant. Well chuffed. Okay guys, I've got my second fish on, it's giving a nice little scrap. Bring her up. I think it's going to be another pouting. Poutings. Come all the way out the Eddystone. I wanted to get living poutings. Oh, yes! Brilliant. Got a little cooking wrasse. Unfortunately though, it's didn't fare very well to that. Let that in there for a minute. There's a lovely cookie wrasse there. It's a beauty. Nice. What we have got is still doing alright. Just chuck them in a bucket for a minute, and then what I'll do is we've got the it. What we have got, guys, is that new guys, see what we have got is we've got the sequelizer. I'll set it for 100 foot. Probably in. Yeah, we're in 41 metres of water, so it'll set. Let's give this a go, I think. Maybe the best way of setting this up. What do you reckon? We just use a 20-pound class rod, maybe. Just coming right over a bit of the like a good reefy bit of the Eddystone here at the moment. So what we will do is re-clip this lead on there. So it says, like on the instructions, if I remember correctly, you need like a pound of lead or something for every. I can't remember. I'll have to let you know. I'll put it in the description. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll put that onto there, and then we'll clip that up onto. We'll just clip it all onto the left. Probably not the correct way of setting it up, but I'm just, as you can see, I'm just doing it quickly off the cuff. So, you know, you've got that one there, you've got this one, and then what you do is you open it up, you set it down so it's for 100, like for 100, and then what you do is pick your fish, lip hook it like so. So that's all lipped it, ready to go. And then that lead's going to take that one down pretty quickly. Let's get the rod, so kind of like that, and then over it goes, and then drop it down as quick as you can. Come off, so we'll find out, shall we? See if it's worked. So the sequelizer is part of the Angling Trust and a few other agencies for the pollock. But in all fairness, like, I quite like the fact of just being able to, like how we've just caught that cuckoo wrasse, or come up and it's blown, it's got like a barotrauma. Quite like the idea of just being able to release it really and set it up for its best chance, and there you go. Yeah, so brilliant. Right, so it's all entangled, but it's gone, it's been released, and it's got a good chance of survival. And so you can use that pretty much on all demersal fish. They've got a swim bladder, and as they come up, they don't regulate themselves, so they come up, they get barotrauma. But at least with this device now, you see, you put it back down. Okay, so yeah, I'm quite pleased with that now, because like normally, you know full well that cuckoo wrasse wouldn't have gone back. It would have just ended up flapping around on the surface, getting its eyes pecked by some seagulls and what have you. But at least now it's gone back down, it's gone to the depths, and it's like, you know, we're giving it the best chance of survival, and that's what it's about for me. Like, you know, if you're not taking them to eat, let's put them back. And it's the same with the pollock. Pollock has just been absolutely devastated over the last few years. Probably something to do with the celebrity chefs in London saying don't eat cod, let's all eat blooming pollock. And then there was a massive market, suddenly become a massive market for pollock. And then yeah, well, we've seen how that's happened, haven't we? So anyway, leave politics out of it, Garrick. So there we go, sequelizer. I think they're brilliant. There you go, and it works. They work. So we'll get this one set back, and it goes. So like, there's a lot of people going around saying this myth, like, oh, you've got to put him down, then you've got to hold him down for 10 minutes. Not practical on a charter boat and stuff. Well, proof's in the pudding there, guys. I've literally brought it up, I've hooked it on, I've faffed around with my spare rod getting it on. That was the longest time. Dropped it down, it was released and gone. So where's the issue? There is no issue, is there? Like, you know, so definitely worth investing. Definitely worth investing. We did ask him the angling trust where we could get them from for like wholesale, but we've not heard back yet. But as soon as we find out, and if we can get some, obviously we'll sell them on the online shop, Odyssey Sea Fishing, and what have you. Well, I'm not going to faff around with this because I'm losing fishing time. Yeah, fighting around with the rod now. Look, I'm spending more time faffing around with the rod than I did like releasing it. So there you go. I think it works. Probably be able to just do it on the jigging rod as well, in all fairness, you know. So anyway, that one's that one away. I'll put that lead back in my pocket for now. I'll put that in my pocket. Yeah, it's a sequelizer. I liked it. It's quite good. Looks like some blooming on the end of a robotic arm, deep subsea robotic arm, doesn't it? Beep, beep, beep. Fits in your pocket, just nice. There we go. Right, come on then. There's a fish showing up on the sounder. There's that one. Okay. So, what we had so far, we've had one greedy pouting and a nice cuckoo wrasse. Day out of the Eddystone. Blowing a bit with these south northeasterlies. Coming out wasn't too bad. It would be choppy going heading back in. But I've got faith in my boat. I spent the last 2 years building it. I know the ins and outs of it. And after my epic voyage of going up to Skewy's Bank on Friday night, I've got good confidence in it, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy man in his boat. And I've been out in it all weekend. That's when I had to go in on Saturday night, because we had to go out for a curry, like I said before. It wasn't too bad. I'd rather been out fishing there. That's me. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, I'm going to just keep going, guys. See if I can catch anything else whilst I'm out here. I've probably only got, in all fairness, I've got about an hour left. And then I'll finish, I'm going to just finish this drift off in a minute. And then a couple of minutes probably. And I'll move back over, redo my drift, redo that drift. And then yeah, probably head in. Okay guys, so I'm on fish number 3 by the feels of things. Bring it up. Something livened up. Yeah, you guessed it. Another pouting. So slimy as well. Yeah, right, so there you go, another little boat in there. Getting on the bed gill. There you go. cuckoo wrasse. So I'm catching some, but I'm pretty certain I've got a seal just off of my port side. I keep see something black popping up every now and again, and looking over my way. Probably a seal, probably in my engine. Waiting for the discards to be thrown in. There won't be any discards today because we've got to equalise it. We'll be returning everything 100% well and good, unless we get a nice big bass, and that will be coming over us. Let's see. Okay then. Okay guys, so just been speaking to Liz. She just phoned up just to check in how we'll see how it's getting on. What she's asked is if I can use one of the mustard squid vaders, as we call them, ink vaders. We've got these available on our online shop. We've not actually managed to use any of them yet. What you can see at the back there, hopefully, is there's like a little tablet, and you squash it in, it goes in. Unfortunately I got wet hands and then it's kind of crumbled a little bit, but I've got it in there, and then as that goes off it will just give off an ink plume, and hopefully attract any fish in. And then you've got two positions for it. One, so I'm going to just basically do vertical jigging with it, so it's at the top today, and then go up and down. And then what I'll do is I'll lower this down to the seabed. As soon as I feel it touch bottom, I'll then give 3 winds up, and then I'll just basically just gently jig it, and it'll imitate hopefully an octopus as we're jigging along, and then we'll see what we can get. Hopefully all well and good. Righto, so let's see how we get on. Okay guys, so using the mustard ink fader, I've just hooked in. So we'll just bring it up, see what we've got. A bit of weight to it. We've got something impressive. Not just a fat potent. Scratching much. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Hello. And we've got ourselves, look at that. Yeah, there we go. Lovely balling wrasse. Look at that. Absolute beauty. Love it. That's on the mustard ink fader. Lovely balling wrasse. Okay, right, well, let's get him back. See if we can catch something else. So made up. Let's make the trip. Cuckoo wrasse, balling wrasse. Absolutely perfect. I've just got him over the side into the water. And then up, right. Okay. Right, just glanced down. He's now also blown a little bit. So we'll get him into the bucket, and we'll get him back down. I'll whack all my fingers, mate. Okay, so that's him away there. And then what we'll do is bucket, so that one's there. What we'll do is we'll get him down onto the equalizer. Did there is like from last time I've just attached the lead straight onto the sequelizer. I don't know whether that will affect it or not. I can't see why, because the gubbins are all in here, and we'll just attach him on. We'll attach him onto the I wonder if that would fit through there. Yeah, it does as well actually. See, that's now gone on the long line, onto the long line, and we'll just send it all down like that. Let's see if that goes. He might end up re-hooking himself, but we'll find out in a minute. So there we go. So use the clip, put it just in the lower jaw, like so. Close it up. That's him in, like so. And then we'll just pass it over nice and gently. He's in the water, and then we'll go down. And then they say release it down as quick as you can. Down he goes. I just hope he doesn't re-hook himself on those assist hooks, but it's a new device that we've got. This is the first time we've used it. We used it before with the cuckoo wrasse. It worked all right, and it's gone back down. This is a bigger ballan wrasse. That's him. He's hit bottom there, so hopefully it's released. And then let's see what happens. Still quite a bit of weight on, so I don't know whether it has actually worked. It might not work with the lead attached, but unless we try these things, we don't know. Yeah, no, it's worked. Okay, it's got quite a lot of weight. Right, so there you go, guys. And it's done it again. So we just clipped it on. So other than me quickly messing around, attaching the lead weight to it and putting it on, that's worked. So I'm quite impressed with that. And then again, so normally that ballan wrasse, because it was blown, it would probably just succumbed, stayed on the surface, bobbing around, and then getting his eyeballs pecked by the flipping seagulls. But no, it went back down, that's gone on, like so. What I think I'm going to do is later on, is I'm going to probably attach this to one of our wire booms, have that on the end, have that like the lead at the other side, and then just have it so it's clipped, and then you can just drop it down. And I think that might work. That'll work for us, work for you as well probably, or you can just do it like that and it goes down. Either way, it worked. The ballan wrasse has gone back down. What a beauty. Shove that away in the pocket, and then yeah, super duper happy. All in all, it's turned out to be a great morning out at the Eddystone. It always is. I've said it before, I'll say it again, there's something magical about being out here, and I really do. I love it out here. I love it out here. And I love it even more now, the fact that I'm out here with Sternidae, and she's got a bit more sea keeping than Puffin does. So yeah, real. Okay guys, so my time's come to an end out here at the Eddystone. I'm going to have to start heading back in. Plymouth is approximately 12 miles, nautical miles that way, north. So yeah, get going, and we've certainly had a good time out here. We've got those couple of pouting, we've had a couple of wrasse as well. We've used the sequelizer, we've used the mustard squid fader as well. We've also used the my favourite red gill jelly lures, which I absolutely love. Been using those for years, and they're just, yeah, they're my favourites. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna head back in.